Me, I'ma keep it a buck with Tom B. while in Florida, like Tom G down in Tampa. We winning all challenges, mock drafting, laughing and relaxing. You wanna know what fantasy about? Catch what's happening on BPSN. Before you line up, lock in. Tell a friend, BPSN.
Welcome back. We back. What's happening, fantasy world, boy? It's been kind of crazy. We had a couple of guests, couple of sack masters on here today. We got Sakaveli. He back. If y'all don't remember who Sakaveli was from the last episode, I'm gonna give him another introduction. You know what I mean? Darren Howard, Florida guy. You see, they call him AKA Sakaveli. Shout out to Machiavelli. Again, one of my favorites. All I've been listening through to during this pandemic and during all this high tension out here with all this race and everything. But shout out to Sakaveli, man. Definitely, if y'all want to know about him a little bit more, you know, go ahead and check out the last episode. Will be airing soon, man. Don't forget, check it out. What's happening, fantasy world, with my guy J Mac over there holding down. Shout out EIU OVC. Now, this episode is a continuation of our Sack Masters edition. We've been having Sack Masters roll all through here all day long, each and every day. Right now, we got Jerry Ellison. You see it right in the corner. You see his name. Now, this man, UT Chad, shout out to Tennessee. You know, I played at Tennessee State. I don't know if you know that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But shout out to the UT Chad. Now, I see you from Augusta, so you're a Georgia guy, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm showing right here you played with the Bucks and you played with the Patriots. Shout out the Bucks, man. I don't know that Patriots, but you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, we're going to the Super Bowl this year. Had a whole bunch of people already vouched for that, man. Shout out the Bucks. Talk to the people a little bit about, man, you know, about yourself, man, college life and UT.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't understand you don't have to go to University of Miami or, you know, blah, blah, blah. You can make it from wherever you're from.
Correct. Well, you know, I grew up in Augusta, Georgia. That's where I'm from. But, you know, of course, what you were saying, I went to school at Tennessee Chattanooga. And, you know, hey, of course, it's already not easy to make it into the league. But going to a smaller school, maybe you're a little bit easier for you to show more of your talents. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that happened for me. And I was able to, you know, because obviously if you don't go to the big schools and you're not competing for a position, you're going to stand out. And, you know, going to Tennessee Chattanooga, that really helped me. And then, of course, going into the right situation and to the right staff, that helps you as well. But the most important thing, I think, as far as if you're trying to stand out in a certain spot, you got to make sure you go into that situation with the right commitment. Because it's hard, man. It's very, very hard. You know, I see a lot. You know, of course, we all know guys who we grew up with who had all the talent in the world. Yeah. You know, they don't make it. And the bad part about it is that some of them don't even make it to college. And, you know, that's the situation now. I see what, you know, that stuff still happens now. And my thing is that I think as being a former athlete, or if I'm or being in a position the way you guys are, when you talk to kids, let them know, you know, man, you know, of course, their dream is to make it to that threshold. But the also thing is you want to prepare their mind to be ready for it if it doesn't happen for them. And, you know, that's you know, that's what I try to pride myself on, is talking to kids like that. When I talk to them, I ask them, what do you do outside of sports? Because, you know, of course, sports is important to them to get to a certain level, but at the same time, you want to use that sports to get you to a different level as far as life is concerned.
100%, man. I agree with you. A lot of people, like I was saying, they don't go to school for school. They go to school for football. Like, okay,
exactly.
You pay me my scholarship, whatever it requires to be eligible, that's what I'm on. I don't even know what I really want to major in. I'm gonna just major in whatever they tell me to major in.
Exactly. And a lot of kids fall into that trap, and they, you know, if anything, they already, you know, if they're gonna use you to, you know, to fill people in these stands, you need to try to find a way to use them to get ahead in life as well. So you need to figure out exactly what your interests are and pursue those interests.
Create yourself a network on the way.
Exactly.
Create yourself a network on the way.
Especially and right now it's really starting to change a lot, you know, in favor of some of these athletes. Now they're gonna be, you know, it's getting to the point where now they be able to use their own image to make money while they're in school.
Say it again.
So
changes
are coming.
I want to drop a jewel to you athletes right now. You know, if y'all watching my show, if you in school right now, don't just hang out with just your athlete homeboys. You know
exactly.
What I'm saying? You need to really get to know the students in the engineering field. You know what I'm saying? You need to get to know the students that's in the theater field. You need to get to know the students that's doing the videographer, that's doing the music, that's doing the, you know, it's a lot of different majors. The doctors, you never know who's gonna be on your campus at the same time you at your campus. And you could really reach out to them people depending on the type of school you go to.
Exactly.
Like my school and his school, it wasn't like the biggest school, but it's a lot of relationships that I created that allowed me to do a lot of things. Because me personally, I knew a lot of people outside of football.
Exactly.
Learn and understand what you want to do and figure out how to get money early, because it ain't gonna be nobody there that tell you that. They're gonna teach you how to get money. Trust me.
And then another thing too is if you go outside the box and you meet other people, you never know exactly what you can be. Especially if that certain dream of you making it to a professional league doesn't happen, that doesn't mean you're still not professional.
Yeah.
You go into a different field. If you become anything, an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer, whatever, you're still a professional.
Well, let me ask both of you guys. What did you major in, Jared, and Sakaveli? What you majored in? Because it sounds like to me you're an entrepreneur, if I'm not mistaken, Sakaveli.
Yeah, man. I went in engineering because I had pretty good grades in high school. So I was in mechanical engineering, and I got there, and man, Bill Snyder's ran us ragged, man. He ran us ragged from day one, and I quickly realized that I couldn't keep up with that schedule in engineering. And play football. It was too tough. Like they wanted us to travel and go to different parts of the states and see different factories, and I didn't have time for that. So
it's a good thing you can make sacks, man, because you probably wouldn't have made no money being a mechanical engineer. That ain't a good major, man.
We don't know, man. We never know.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I made money doing that. Good thing football worked out for you.
Hey, same thing with these 18, 17, 18-year-olds now, man. They don't know. They 18. Like, what did we do at 18?
We didn't know nothing.
We listened to people that was older than us, and then that told us that, you know, this will be a good field to go into, and the only good field to go into is what you love to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's it, bro. You said it.
Exactly.
Bingo. If you don't love it, you ain't got no business doing it, because you're going to hate doing it.
You got no business doing it. And like, this life is malleable. So after at 17, 18, you might love something. At 28, you're going to love something else and hate that, what you was doing at 18. So it's forever change. At 50, you're going to hate what you was doing at 30. So like, you got to, I feel like the most tangible and the most important valuable asset that to have, or two of the most valuable assets to have, is social and emotional intelligence, rather than just simply book smarts. Because if you're socially intelligent and if you're emotionally intelligent, that's how you build networks. And if you have networks, your network can be so broad that you can actually do and step into any field and any area that you want to, and be welcome with open arms, because you've been sociable with these people.
Exactly.
Let me break down what
you're gonna stand out
is to them people, man, because I don't know the the mental aspect of all of my views. Emotional intelligence means being able to control how you feel about the situation while in front of those people that you might feel differently in front of, and not reflecting that on your face. So, for example, I hate that what they talking about over there, and I'm looking like it, I'm mugging. You need to just internalize that and present yourself in a position that they don't really understand. Use your poker face. How about that? Use your poker.
I mean, it's like emotional intelligence is like really hard to capture, and I'm not even there. Like I pop off quickly, but there's something to be said when you can take a situation or something that somebody said, and just, instead of looking at it like they wrong, I'm right,
Will Smith,
we're not gonna see eye to eye, I'm just not going to deal with this person, rather than just taking that and knowing that that person ain't built like you.
You gotta know that.
And you're not built like them. So if you feel a certain way, then it's your fault for putting the values of how you were built on somebody else and expected them to act the same way. That's your fault. You take ownership of that. You know what I'm saying?
that's why that mentorship and the coaching and going back and being around them kids is important, because initially the network that we have is the network we inherit from these neighborhoods that we grow up in. Right. So we get certain personality types that we get to see on a daily basis that sometimes these kids emulate, and that ain't really what the real world is. That's not a real reflection of the real world. So it's good to go back and get them experiences.
100.
Man, I'm happy y'all got into that, man, and it got away from football, but it got to a great place, bro. You know, Head, I want to pick up on where you left off on the last show. I want to also, after that, Jerry, I want to get into, you know, the running back position, because you might be the first running back that we had on the show. We got a lot of sack masters on here, but running backs have to abuse them sack masters and be able to go around them, especially, you know, you got people like, bro, that got 11 sacks. Come on, man. On your scouting report, if your defensive coach ain't telling you, hey, better watch for Sakaveli over there, Sakaveli leading, blah, blah, blah. Oh, if you're a running back and you don't know that, it's a problem where I'm from. So I want to also get into the running back position after that, bro, and get into your top 10 running back, you know, and Sakaveli, I want to get into your top, you know, 10 players, quarterbacks to play against. Couple of things, but Head, like I said, I want to pick up on where you left off at as far as the business aspect, because a lot of these kids, they really want to get into music. You know, you got rap elite, you know, that rap elite, everybody want to rap or do music outside of playing ball, to be honest, and have something to do. A lot of people still invested in some aspect. So just tell them about what we picked up at on our last episode, bro. Please.
So like just speaking on the aspect of the mentorship or what I'm doing with the company.
Yeah.
For the most part,
yeah.
I mean, what I do, I'm real hands-on with every youngster that I can encounter, anyone that's within arm's reach, anyone that I feel like when we were growing up, a lot of times, like, you might have needed that conversation. You might have needed somebody to give you some insight on what was to come, and a lot of that stuff we had to experience firsthand, and then figure out what to do next. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, like a lot of athletes, like a lot of my brothers that played football, they didn't have no thought about what they wanted to do when they got to college. They just knew that they wanted to play football. They wanted to go to the league. You know what I'm saying? So I try to talk to them, even if they play football or if they want to be rappers or whatever it is. I tell them to go to school for something that they know for certain they can make some money in. Position yourself to be able to finance your dreams or to be able to back yourself up. So if you're going for football, keep in mind what it is that you can do outside of football. Like my nephew, like, he want to do broadcast, or he want to do media. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up going to Georgia Tech and put him in a position to do a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying? But they got a great program for that.
Shout out to him and Pops, man. Shout him out.
Yes. So Jeff Sims and Lil Jeff Sims, Big Jeff and Lil Jeff. That's family. Yeah,
shout out to Big Homie, bro. OG, always fresh. Like you say, boys ain't play no ball, but boy, you couldn't tell me that they don't play ball pro.
Yes, straight up.
In high school, them boys look like they played pro ball. You feel me?
For sure. We was just trying to keep up with
that's a good option for kids. So if y'all really not listening, man, what he do is basically consulting. What you could do if you go to college and you want to do something like what he's doing, get into business administration, maybe management. Like I said, link up with some people, tell them your dream, and they might help you accomplish it. There might be some teachers out there that really can help you get that goal, or some students. So just keep that in mind. And if you want to get into consulting, you know, go to Think Big. You want to make your business boom a little bit better, improve it, holler at Think Big, man. You know what I'm saying? But
link up with me on the Instagram at BigHead407, at ThinkBig407. And truthfully, like, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. So what I don't know, and if I don't know it, I point you in the direction of somebody who is an expert in that, and that's kind of what I pride myself on doing. So if I do something and I can walk someone through the steps, I give them the game. But if I know that I'm not an expert in that field, I'm not going to lead them in the wrong direction. And that's kind of just giving them jewels, just giving them game to be able to take on and be able to build on later on in life. you know.
Yeah, bro, for sure. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you sharing that insight and even coming on. Like I told you, it's always been love, always been major respect. Even before we knew each other, when we got to know each other more, it was love. And then just seeing years later the people that we are actually linked with, I'm like, oh yeah, it gotta be love. It was already love before, but now it's super. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy Kurt. You know what I mean?
You already know.
My neighborhood. You know, shout out.
You already know,
man. But Jerry, I want to go ahead and get into the running back position and some of these.
Right.
These are some of the top from last year, right? You had Christian McCaffrey, number 1. You had Saquon Barkley, number 2. You had Zeke. You had Dalvin Cook. You had Derrick Henry, and those were the top running backs last year. Talk to us about the running back position and how you feel about it, and you know who you think out of those are the best type, and how you would. Well, do you strategy? I mean, do you fantasy? Let me ask you.
I don't think he play fantasy.
No, I don't do fantasy. Man. I don't know how y'all follow that, man.
Well,
I can't even follow it, man. Because
this show gonna be
I don't follow it, but people love to do it at work, and I think I'm giving tips to some guys, and they're winning every week. So I probably need to start
Look, Jerry, look,
right.
I got so many friends, man, that are former NFL players, man. I think I might get together a league this year where it's just all NFL players, and former retired NFL players, and y'all can battle each other. Battle it out. Of course, if I'm making a league, I'm gonna be in it, even though I ain't. But yeah, I think I might do that.
We gotta have one in the show. We gotta have what's happening in fantasy league. Only real ballers.
There you go, Scott. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
No,
we'll put your boy Chris Johnson and DRC on there.
Man, talk. I talked to a couple people already. You know, some of them saying, "Hey, I don't really fantasy, but I give a couple strategies." But if you're a player, former player, and you want to fantasy for the first time and be a part of something special, man, come to What's Happening Fantasy World. We'll commission your league. You know, we're gonna also have a couple episodes where we show y'all how the live draft look. I'm telling you, the way my boy Matt Sakaveli, you done been to a live draft party, I'm sure, right?
No.
Never.
He does everything online. He does it online.
It's a lot of cats that I know haven't either. But what we're gonna try to do this season is bring y'all fantasy drafts live, show y'all how it's really done. You know what I mean? How the food look, how the projections look. Who gonna have the sad face when they pick the Ravens defense overall? Who gonna be out there?
Look. Who gonna? Hey, Scott. Who number 1 draft pick gonna go down during the draft in a game?
Come on. Who gonna be talking about how I'm the smartest? I'm the smartest commissioner. I'm the smartest. I got the best team. I'm the best general manager out here. I done drafted up, and ain't none of them players gonna pop off. Is that gonna be? Once
is that gonna be you?
Live draft where you'll never draft online again. You're gonna be like, I gotta pull up with my peak.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll be down to bring my league.
Yeah.
It's funny how y'all you bring when you said all those names at the running back position. If you hear those first 4 top names, you notice how the position has actually changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, completely changed. These guys, they're of course they're pure runners, but they can also do other things because they can catch out of the backfield.
They catch that rock, bro.
And I mean, they don't even. It's to the point where now that they barely even block anybody because they're so involved in the offense as far as the passing offense that the game has changed a lot. Now you know of those 5 out of those 4 guys you named, Derrick Henry might be the only pure runner.
Woo! Talk that talk.
Just, he's a pure running back. Now, yeah, not to say that those other guys are not. Those guys are pure running backs too, but they just do other things with the ball.
Well, they can do other things with the ball. He's like a nice tackle. He'll go out there.
Yeah. He's a big dude. Now, to be that big and that talented and, be able to run like that and be able to just, he's stiff-arming people 50 yards down the field. So, yeah, he's special.
Man,
I was one of them people that was made a believer that I said he wasn't going to make it in the league because he runs straight up.
He do.
True.
But he's 500 pounds running straight up.
I was made a believer.
His leg weighed 200 pounds running straight up. Hey, I mean, go ahead on in there.
He does have an upright style, man. But some of the best, one of the best running backs to ever play the game had an upright style. Eric Dickinson had an upright style.
Yeah, and he a little more top heavy than them guys. So
like some people, I don't, I didn't do it. Ain't no way the heck I could run like that.
Talk about your style, Jerry.
I got killed.
Your style got us to talk about your style.
My style was of course I'm not that tall, so I'm like 5'9.5". But my style is not to get hit. So my style was, I can't sit there and keep taking the pounding that some of these guys take, man. I wasn't built for it, so I was more of a slash type runner, or if anything, try not to take a square hit.
Like Alvin Kamara,
yeah.
like Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. I was just trying to last as long as possible.
Like a Darren Sproles. He don't never take hits.
Yeah, like
Darren Sproles don't never take hits, man.
Darren Sproles never takes any hits. If you ever watch Ward Gunn run the ball, he never take a squared up hit. These guys never take square up hits.
Yeah,
it's either to the side or they will roll off the hit. So you take a whole lot of hits at that size or our size, just trying to run over people, you ain't gonna last that long.
Man,
and it's already you only last 3 years average in the NFL anyway as a running back.
Memo to Dalvin Cook. Memo to Dalvin Cook.
Yes.
Hey, listen. If I was grabbing a running back number 1 this year, obviously it's gonna be Christian McCaffrey in the fantasy world.
Correct.
But if he wasn't there, I'm getting Dalvin Cook. Boy's a baller, man. That boy's
he's my keeper. He's a keeper.
Hey, he don't even need a lot of touches, man, to do 100 yards, bro.
He don't.
And you know he gonna get a touch. He gonna score.
And the key to that is to make sure you grab Madison.
Yeah. Just in case.
Say it again, Hit.
The key to that is to make sure you grab Madison. If you got a running back that's
Madison ain't getting drafted, so you could grab him in his 15th round.
Exactly.
Hey.
Insurance policy.
But that's a smart strategy right there, bro. Hey, listen. Y'all, even though Head ain't play ball, y'all see the brilliant mind this man has, man. He's on this fantasy, man. I don't know how much money you won here. It sounds like you won a lot. Jared, it sounds like you're outside on a lot of money because you know about this. You know about it. You hitting everything on the head. You get the same plan.
He giving all. He the inside man. They be like, hey, just go ask Jerry.
Jerry.
You know they got a championship. They like, I'm asking Jerry next year. Jerry done losing out.
The thing, a lot of guys, what you want to look at too is that from week to week, you got different teams, and when different teams play each other, matchups are totally different. Mm-hmm. You can have 1 week where a receiver is just a guy just check the way the defense is set up on a different team, it's just not gonna work with him. So that if they game plan to that guy, somebody's gonna be wide open. So each week is gonna change. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you, especially with McCaffrey, you got McCaffrey going in week to week. He gonna get about at least 20 to 25 touches.
Yeah,
I'm telling you that right now. Because right now in Carolina, he is the offense.
And in a PPR format, he crushing everything because he getting 10 catches a game, bro.
Exactly.
That's 10 extra points.
Exactly. So and then certain, you let's say you got McCaffrey running out on a route and you got a linebacker on it. That's already a mismatch in itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's to the point where now that's why defense changes. Now you see more nickel now and dime than you see just a regular defense. Let's get to the point where now that if you play linebacker, you got to be like a DB. You're almost a strong safety now.
Yeah.
It's changing.
Game
is changing.
The hybrid position, in my opinion, is the hot new thing. If you
exactly.
Play corner and safety, if you can play D-line, D-end, the more positions you can play, they're even drafting. If you look at the draft this year, they got one guy, he played corner, he played linebacker. I think he got a Clemson, man.
Clemson, that kid is special.
He do it all. Special. But that's the new thing. So, because it ain't going to be players like, it's going to be like basketball. You know how basketball kind of went away from different style, and you getting people all kinds of sizes. Football already been more dynamic like that. I just feel like the league being more open-minded, but it is good for football though, man. It is great for the game, man. Sakaveli, talk to me, man. Who was some of your toughest running back that you played against, or who was some of your favorite matchups, like quarterbacks that you love to play against? You know, like Sap used to love to take Brett Favre and take him down through there. Talk to me about some of those games, please.
I hated playing against Brandon Jacobs.
Okay.
The boy legs are strong.
New York Giants.
Huh?
New York Giants, the old school Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that's the old school Derrick Henry, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, he was my size, bro. Like when we was playing, when I got to Philly, we was playing them twice a year. And in New Orleans, I was heavy. I was like 285, 290. In Philly, I got there and everybody was small. So it took me a year, but I got down to like 255, 260. That's where they wanted us at.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got down to that weight, he was my size. Like, come on, man. Like, he coming downhill. I'm coming off a 300-pound block, and he coming downhill. Come on, bro. Really?
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
He try to lay the hammer on you every time.
Yes, sir.
He try to lay the hammer
That's
every
rough.
time.
And what they gave you for dessert? Who was
like
who
6'2",
for dessert?
Huh?
I say, if he was for dinner, who they used to give you for dessert? Who they used to spare him with?
At that time, that was it was a little dude. He ended up coming to Tampa, got a big contract in Tampa. I forget his name.
I remember they had that two-headed monster game going, boy. Oh my God. But definitely
It was Ron Dane, and who else? It was
no, that was Ron Daniels before that.
I forget.
Brandon Jacobs.
Running back came to the Bucks from New York. Yeah, got a big contract. Fizzled out downhill, like all those Bucks.
I think his name.
Really? You got me thinking.
I was gonna ask you about TJ.
What year was that? What year was that?
Shit, that was like
You be
06, 07.
Let me look right now. Give me a minute.
06, 07.
It was Brandon Jacobs. It was like they had a combo. Brandon Jacobs and somebody else.
It's KJ
Brandon
homeboy,
Jacobs
man.
and Barber, wasn't it?
Was it Barber? It was Barber.
It was Barber, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it was.
It was Jacobs and Barber because I used to
think
play
it
on
was.
Madden and switch it on. I used to switch them up because I used to put Brandon Jacobs at fullback and let Barber run it, and I can do the pitch back to whomever.
Tiki. Was it Tiki Monday?
Tiki Barber. Yeah, Tiki Barber. Yeah.
That was Tiki was there before Brandon. And then Brandon
Tiki was there before Brandon.
And then Tiki retired, and there was another cat that came to Tampa. Got a big old country. I remember because I went to a pool party, and he had a pool party every damn week.
Michael Pittman?
No, it wasn't Pittman. It was after Pittman. Damn, what's the cat's name?
Cadillac?
No.
No. Oh, hold on. No, I know who we talking about because he went to the.
It was KJ homeboy.
He went to the Giants because I used to go to the pool parties in West Shore. It was in West Shore Club, Yacht Club.
Yacht Club. Yeah.
Number 33. Was he 33? Oh, damn, what's his name?
Because he was playing second fiddle to Brandon. He got a big contract to come to Tampa. And didn't do nothing. Anyway.
I don't know. I can't remember that. I've been hitting the head too much.
I know who I'm talking about. I can't think of his name.
Well, shout out that guy anyway. Shout out whoever.
Shout out him. Shout out pool party guy.
Yeah, shout out pool
party guy. That's a good name.
Do you Yahoo or ESPN? Y'all doing this for fun or y'all playing to win? Round here, we all in, and the winner get the big bag. Talk tough, point correction to have you looking sad. Big bucks, take a loss, tough luck. Ain't nobody trying to hear your cash app got stuck. Cause on what's happening, we keep you on action. Help you stay focused on who you should be drafting, who you should be